And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, welcome to the Hawkwinds Radio Picture Show. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I am your host, Mr. J Smooth. Tonight we got a very special episode for you guys. Joining us in the studio, we have Strategy. What's up, man?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, bro. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man.
Feeling
It's
good,
been a busy day. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah,
I'm just grinding. I'm in grind mode right
in
now.
grind mode right now, man.
I know you can't tell from my beard.
That's a nice beard. How long you been growing that one, man?
This is the end of winter depression beard, right?
Yeah.
here. So when I shave it, the next time anyone sees me, if it's gone, that means that the winter blues have completely subsided.
Yeah. You do some interesting stuff with your facial hair, man. I saw a video of you with a mustache, too. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I always keep the mustache. The mustache is always ready to go. All I
Okay.
got to do is trim the beard.
Oh, hell yeah.
So sometimes, I'll let the beard rock and it sort of disguises the mustache, but don't let it fool you. The stash is always waiting to reappear.
Oh, man. That's like your signature stash, I guess.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. For the people that don't know who you are, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, what it is that you do, and maybe tell me, like, what's your favorite place to get an Italian beef at?
Man, okay. I am a DJ full time. I pay my bills by playing music for other people, and I also host my own podcast called the Party with Strategy podcast. I've been DJing for 17 years now, actually. I'm getting old. These gray hairs they're coming in thick. And I've been doing the podcast in this iteration of the Party with Strategy podcast for about 3 years now, but I have been doing some sort of internet video show since 2016, so for about 10 years.
That's a long time to be doing this, man.
Yeah.
So I guess talk to me a little bit more about your podcast, Party with Strategy. What is it about?
The Party with Strategy podcast is heavily leaning towards DJ culture, but also Chicago nightlife more than anything. And I'm currently trying to expand just to all things Chicago. I want it to be just more Chicago based than it is DJ based. Like, it will always be a little more leaning DJ because that's what I do. Obviously, those are the people I talk to. Those are the people that I can communicate with best.
Right.
But all things Chicago. I'm trying to get some political figures on. I'm trying to get some mayors of some small surrounding suburbs.
That's cool, man.
I'm trying to actually become the mayor of a small surrounding suburb in the far future.
No way. Is that like for real?
You know, it started off as kind of a joke, but the more that I think about it, the more I feel like I'll be able to actually accomplish it.
Yeah. What got you into that? Like, it kind of blows my mind. Like, I don't really meet a lot of DJs that are like, well, yeah, I DJ, but I want to be the mayor eventually. Like, what kind of sparked that idea in your head?
Well, here's the thing. I don't really think anyone in government's doing much. They're not working hard. So it's not like a job that I feel like I'm going to be working very hard at.
I see.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like,
you see what I'm saying? I'm aspiring to just hold the position and kind of, I just want to be able to drive around and like wave and smile at people because I feel like that's mostly what the job is.
Yeah. get a good following. You can promise a bunch of shit that you don't necessarily have to keep. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Oh man, that's crazy. I've always said that it's important to get not just people in general, but even like younger kids involved in like the local government, man. And I've said this a lot. Like, we can vote for like a president, we can vote for whoever, but like, and they could pass laws that may affect you and stuff like that. But the people that really affect your living situation every day are like your mayor, the counselor or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was very important to get more kids involved. Do you speaking of these politics and stuff like that, do you have any idea how we can possibly get more kids involved in like politics? What would you do if you had the option to?
Man, I mean, I am not a political guy whatsoever, so I'm probably the worst person to ask here. And when I think back to my childhood and I try and think what would have made me pay more attention when they were talking about politics at all, or just in school in general, you know, they got to be honest about it.
Yeah.
They got to be honest about it. It doesn't seem like anything's very honest when we're talking politics. It's all a facade. It's all theatrical. And I think that's what they need to tell kids, that it's. Can I swear on this show?
Yeah, for sure.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
And then they need to say, but you can change that.
Yeah, there's not enough people telling that to the kids, man. A lot of the times you got like this crazy guy that just comes in, says a lot of like real nice things, and you're all like, oh, that's definitely the guy. And then turns out, nope, government's run by a bunch of fucking weirdos and nut jobs and stuff like that, man. That's
reptilian creatures,
baby eating reptilians and shit, man.
Exactly.
It blows my mind that like a few years ago people were like pretty much saying that, and then now all of a sudden, oh, it's true. Like that's insane, man.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the emails. They're eating beef jerky, pizza, and grape juice.
Oh, fuck that, man. Yeah, dude. And yeah, well, I guess we'll get back to getting away from politics. We're not a political show here, but I guess you forgot to tell us what's your favorite place to get Italian beef at.
It used to be Portillo's. It used to be Portillo's, and I would have fought tooth and nail for that. But Portillo's, along with everything else in this world, seems to have lost its quality, and it's not as good as it used to be. I would say Johnny's, but I'm going to be honest with you. Johnny's, I went there with my brother's now wife, my sister-in-law, who has a severe gluten allergy, and they refused to serve her the beef not on the bread. She can't eat the beef if it touches the bread. Because then it'll fuck her up.
Yeah.
She just wanted the beef in like a cup, and they said, I'm sorry, but we're not allowed to serve this off of the bread. You can take it off of the bread if you want, but we have to hand it to you on the bread.
That's insane, man.
It was a little absurd, so I'm anti-Johnny's.
Oh, man.
It does maybe taste good. I'm not going to say it does. It might. But I'm anti-Johnny's. I'm not a big in Portillo's anymore. When it comes to the beef, I'll take a burger now. Their beef has lost its quality. Portillo's still good, but burger over beef at Portillo's. So I got to say Al's.
Al's beef. Yeah, I've been to an Al's beef maybe like a handful of times. There's one on like Western or something like that.
I think the Western is the original.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been to that one. I like Johnny's. It's been good. I mean, I've tried it a couple of times, but that's messed up that they wouldn't just give you a cup of beef. Like that's insane, man.
It's it is what it is. And there's a piece of me that does respect them for it. I do. They feel that their product is good enough to where they could tell people, hey, this is what we do. This is how we do it. If you don't like it, go to Portillo's. There's a level of respect I have for him there, but this is my sister-in-law we're talking about. I got to ride with her.
Yeah. I feel like, because it's not her fault, you know what I mean? I feel like if you're, purposely going and trying to make their order difficult or something, yeah, fuck you, but it's not your fault, you know? That's insane, man. So take me back to the beginning of your DJing career. What inspired you, and what moment were you like, okay, this is what I want to do for, I guess, a living?
All right. So when I was like 14 years old, 13, 14, my brother was a rapper. He was a local Chicago rapper. And prior to 13, 14, I played the drums. I took some drum lessons. I've always been interested in music. And so my brother started rapping, and I was like, well, I play the drums. Maybe I can make beats, and he'll be able to rap on my beats. So that was kind of the basis of getting into the world of rap music, really. And I made beats for a while, all throughout high school, and then up until like 19. I made beats for about 5 years, and then I was actually selling them. I'd sell them for like $100 a pop. Oh, yeah. I sold my first beat ever. I sold to Rich Jones. You know who that is?
For them who don't know who that is, who is that?
Rich Jones is a local Chicago rapper who I haven't spoken to in forever, but I see he pops up like on my feed and shit. And he's still out here grinding. He's still doing his things. He's doing shows. He's putting out music. He's still in there. So like, I actually, now that I'm talking about this, I need to hit him up to get him on my podcast because it would be a great episode. But yeah, that was the first beat I sold was to him. And then I got linked up with this dude named Scud One.
Scud One.
Who has gone on to do awesome things in hip hop. He's got like a sort of like a cult classic album with Denmark Vesey. Forgive me for forgetting the name of it, but you could look it up. He was buying some beats from me and stuff, and then he lost his DJ to nightlife, to the clubs. His DJ that was doing these hip hop shows for him couldn't do them anymore because he has collecting checks in the nightclubs. Yeah. So he was like, yo, you should, he told me you should get one of these little, you know, controller things. This is at the beginning of controllers. He was like, yeah, you could just like get one of these and then you could be up on stage with me playing the music that you made and DJing. Yeah. And I was like, that sounds like a fantastic idea.
Right.
So I got a controller, and I mean, I'll never forget. I stayed up all night till the fucking sun came up, just messing with music. I in one day, before one sleep, I outgrew that controller. I was not able to like manipulate the music the way I wanted to because it's got little jog wheels and it's, you know, doesn't have the power of the real shit. So that was the beginning, and I was like, you know, I never really, when I was making beats, I was in it. I was fully in it. I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I'm raw. I'm dope. I got people buying my beats. Like, it was cool. But when I was able to manipulate the music with my hands and like DJ and make live mashups and just do weird shit in the moment rather than like play stop on Pro Tools, it just was different to me. And I was like, this is what I'm good at. I'm way better at this than I am making beats. So I sort of just fully went that direction.
You know, I may sound a little ignorant right now, but like, so I've also heard some other people say that like making beats and like DJing is kind of the same thing. Like, what's the what's the main difference, I guess?
Well, I mean, when you're making a beat, you're really trying to create the energy from nothing. I mean, you sit at your whatever you're using to create it, and there's silence, and it's your job to fill that silence with something that makes your head bob. With DJing, you don't have to necessarily start from nothing. You get to start from somebody else's song. And then you could take that and turn it into something that makes someone's head not even harder. You know, it's manipulating something that already exists, using something that somebody already knows, and flipping it in like while they're watching you, and turning it, mixing it, transitioning into something else, like blowing their minds on the spot. Now, I guess you could relate that to taking a well-known sample of Bill Withers' Sunshine or something that everyone knows and making a beat out of it, so anybody could listen to it and be like, oh, yeah, I know that song, and this is what he made with it. That's really cool. Like, I can see the juxtaposition there. But, yeah, I mean, DJing, I mean, it's easier maybe. Maybe it's a lower barrier of entry because you don't have to be able to make music whatsoever. You're just taking already made music and then creating something, other music with it.
And that's DJing you're talking about?
That's DJing,
yeah.
I mean, that's also producing, though, like a sample-based beat.
Yeah.
You're taking something that already exists and turning it into something else.
So there are similarities, but like there are
definitely similarities.
Also a lot of differences that you could be like, well, this is definitely a difference. So you go from making beats to becoming a DJ. Do you remember your first ever DJ gig?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you remember? Was it a good one? Was it a bad one? What was it like?
It was good for then. At the time, it was good.
Yeah.
If I think about it now, it was terrible. I would be very upset if I had to sit there and DJ for 4 hours right now. But back then, it was awesome. It was at the U.S. Beer Co. which was a bar that this dude owned. He owned the whole building. The building is on the corner of Clybourne and Sheffield. It's a mattress store now.
Oh shit, yeah.
It used to be a bar called the U.S. Beer Co. And Illegitimate, who's a Chicago artist, rapper, producer. He used to throw shows there all the time, and my boy Scud One, who was buying my beats and who I was working with, would do a lot of shows with him, and they would throw them regularly at the U.S. Beer Co. The dude that owned it, I think, was just like a fan of hip hop, and he was just like, "Yeah, hell yeah, like do this in here." They weren't, they weren't making. Nobody was making money,
Right.
Not that unless people were selling drugs or something.
Right.
Nobody was making money. There wasn't a lot of people at these shows. There wasn't a lot of money to go around. There wasn't a lot of drinks being bought, but like, it was a good time.
Yeah, doing it for the art,
Yeah.
So, you said you DJ'd for 4 hours your first gig?
It was probably like 2 or something like that, but it wasn't straight. Like, it's a hip hop show, so I would play music until the first act was ready, and then that guy would open up, and he would give me his CD that had his beats on it, and I would just play his shit. You're kind of just doing whatever, and then DJing like your actual DJ set in between these rappers.
Okay. So like a cumulative 4 hours or whatever the time.
Yeah, it wasn't like straight front to back. I'm just DJing, nothing else happening. I have to hold this whole room. That would have been way more terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you is it common to do like long 2-hour sets and stuff like that? Like,
yeah,
I'm fairly new into like the whole like EDM like DJing world, and so far it's been a lot of fun. Learning about the music, because I also do a lot of music stuff. So like just messing with like the equipment a little bit. Like I like doing that stuff like that too. But is a 2-hour set like common?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're starting to DJ, if you're booking your first gigs, you might be opening as a kid that doesn't know what he's doing, but is going to be able to bring 10 of his friends out. So somebody will let you open the room for him for an hour to try and suck the blood of your 10 friends and bring them to the bar. But once you get past that stage and you're, you know what you're doing a little bit, I think most gigs are open to close. Like, when I got my first actual gigs outside of a hip hop show, I was DJing at a hookah bar, and I would bring all my stuff. I'd set up my speakers. I'd set up and go on at 10, and I'd be done at 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you remember like the first gig that you did where you were like, okay, I'm like, because I know like at the beginning some people have like a little bit of imposter syndrome going on, like, oh man, like, should I be here? Is this actually what I'm supposed to be doing? And like, did that ever go through your mind?
I don't think not back then. I don't think imposter syndrome kicks in until you're older. Like when you're fucking 14, 15, 16, when you're that young,
you think you're the shit.
You think you're the shit, and you're just like, I'll do whatever I have to do to just make it and do this thing. Like, it doesn't even feel like you're doing the thing, because you're in a shitty hookah bar. Like no one gets into DJing to be at the hookah bar DJing, and then you're like there and you're like, man, how did I even get here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't happen until later in life when you're playing
shit.
like real shows and shit, and you're like, do I even deserve this? This is crazy.
Yeah. What do you consider like a real show? Like, what's
a real show? I mean, is any room filled with people that are just waiting to move off of what you provide them for them.
Like, not just your friends and family at that point. It'd be like
Right.
strangers that you never
Yeah.
even met. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, fuck yeah, strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Do you? What's like the most like memorable show you've had so far in your career? Like, have you opened up for anybody like stupidly famous, or maybe like a room that you sold out or something?
I personally have never sold out a room. I guess we just did a show. I have a group, me, DJ Heavy, and the legendary DJ White Shadow. We have a group called The Disconnect.
Okay.
It's disco_nect, like disconnect,
Like
but
this-
disco.
Gotcha.
And it's got the underscore, so it's separated. It's disconnected. It's a whole thing. It's like they say Kendrick Lamar lyric has 5,000 meanings in 3 words kind of thing. That's what this is.
Oh shit! Yeah. I'm like, is it disco? Is it disconnect? Like what? Oh shit! That's cool.
Gets the brain moving.
Yeah.
And we did our first show at Marquee in Vegas. When was that? Last summer, and that was sold out. That was pretty sick.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe that, but also it's like it's a club, so there's people coming there anyways. It's not like that. It's not like if we weren't DJing there, that room wouldn't have been anybody in there, you know?
Gotcha.
So like, yeah, it's sold out, but it's not like I just posted and said I'm going to be over here and 400 people bought tickets.
Yeah.
That's what I'm working towards for sure.
Yeah.
But memorable show. I mean, dude, I maybe like Ray Shremmerd at Prism, me and my boy Dolo back in the day. This probably had to be 2016 or 17.
You said Ray Shmurda, or what is it?
Ray Shremmerd, I believe it is. Is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't even read well. And these people spell things crazy. I don't know. You know who I'm talking about. Sway Lee. And,
Okay, yeah.
And the other guy.
Okay,
Who's the other guy?
I don't know, but I know the Ray guy you're talking about.
yeah. You know, Black Beetle.
Yeah.
And Throw Some Mo.
Yep.
With Nicki Minaj.
Yep.
So those two were performing at Prism, and me and Dolo opened, and then the DJ booth at Prism is like a big booth, so you could fit probably 30 to 40 people behind you.
Cool.
And then DJ equipment, and then in front of DJ equipment is like a big ledge, probably like 4-foot ledge. So they're standing on that ledge performing. And for some reason, I don't know why, they were performing towards us. They were performing towards the stage and everybody, or towards the booth and everybody in the booth. So it felt like a personal concert. I have no idea why they were focusing more on us than they were the actual crowd in front of them, but that was really dope.
I guess that's cool. Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
a
For you guys,
personal-
that's cool.
Yeah.
For everybody in the crowd, it's all like, what the?
Yeah.
No, that's nuts, man. So do you play at Prism a lot?
I haven't played there in a long time.
I've heard good things about it.
Prism's dope. I'm
yeah.
pretty sure they just renamed. It Serum.
Oh, really?
I think they rebranded.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Same building, different name.
Yeah. I know there's a insurge of more DJs playing at coffee shops now. Have you done that yet?
Have I DJ'd at a coffee shop? Did I do that? Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah, here in Chicago.
I filmed. It was in Arizona, in Scottsdale.
At
my boy's shop called Three Beans Cafe.
Three Beans Cafe.
Best espresso martini in the West.
In Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I did. I DJ'd there, and we recorded the set, and sometimes he like plays it on the TV in there. It's cool.
Yeah. Man, do you play a lot of out of state shows? Do you have like a favorite like city to play in? And what makes it your favorite?
I haven't played in Milwaukee in a long time, but I used to DJ in Milwaukee once a month.
Okay.
And that was absolutely my favorite place to play.
Yeah.
Because it's a small city, and Wisconsin just loves to drink. They love to party.
Hell yeah.
And it's less of like, you would think it'd be like New York or like whatever, but the bigger the city, the more pretentious the people are, I feel like. So in a smaller city, they don't really give as much of a fuck. They're partying harder. It's not about the look. It's not about looking cool. It's about actually having
I'm just
fun.
partying. Yeah. That's cool, man.
So I used to love that.
Milwaukee.
But, yeah, I mean, right now, nightlife just in general is down. It's down. It's not where it used to be. So it's hard to compare anywhere now to what anything was in like 2016-ish.
I feel that, dude. Like a lot of, cause like I come from like the rock and roll world. Like I play in bands and stuff like that. And I compare, from back 20 whatever to like 2016, 17. Amazing, bro. You can go to a show, everything will be packed out. You have bunch of good music playing. I'm sure it's the same with like EDM stuff, you know. And then just COVID just fucked everything up, man. I feel like since then we haven't have like a really like strong nightlife and all kinds of categories.
Yeah, and when I'm mayor, that's gonna change.
When you're mayor of some small town, you're gonna be like, fuck that shit.
Lincolnwood.
Lincolnwood.
You ever been to Lincolnwood? You ever been to the Lincolnwood Mall?
I've been to the Lincolnwood Mall, that little area.
Could use a little touch up, right?
Yeah, man. I haven't
See
been
what I'm
there.
saying?
I haven't been there. I mean, the last time I was there, I was just passing by, and that mall was pretty dead, man.
It's a little dead.
Yeah, fuck, dude. So a lot of I know a lot of DJs, they talk about like maybe going to like Vegas to make it big in the DJ world, or like Miami or to make it, you know, big. Do you think DJs can make it big here in Chicago? Is that like something?
Absolutely. I mean, I don't subscribe to the idea that you must leave a city to make it because you went somewhere else. Like, I've never really subscribed to that. That's always been like the sentiment. You got to go, oh, if you want to be, you know, DJing for the celebrities, you got to go to LA because that's where the celebrities are and shit. And there might be some truth to that. But I think the internet has changed that a lot. And I also, I think that there's just DJing in and of itself has gotten so much bigger that the opportunities have also grown. But I will also, there's a yin and a yang to everything. I will say that leaving your own city and going to another city will make you as a person grow. And with that growth will then help you to grow in other aspects like your career. So I don't think you have to do it just for the music industry, but I think you should do it to be a more well-rounded person. You have to really leave Chicago to understand why Chicago is the best city in the world.
Yeah, I believe that, man. Not just for the music, but there's so many, like, I've been to like other cities, and like, for example, like their public transportation is ass. Their food isn't that great. I mean, you know, with the exception of some cities, but like Chicago is pretty freaking dope.
It's pretty insane. You know, we all complain about taxes and parking tickets and all these things that I'll never stop complaining about.
Right.
But, you know, you go to Houston, Texas, and you realize that the infrastructure that we have here in Chicago is unmatched, dog. I mean, it can snow for 3 days straight, and I'll be able to pull out of my driveway and go drive to work.
Yeah.
It'll snow for 10 minutes somewhere else, and grocery stores are shut down.
Yeah. They're stealing all the toilet paper and shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. This city is unmatched.
That's cool, man. So speaking of COVID, what did you do to kind of like, you know, keep your career alive during like COVID? Like, what were you doing, like maybe on social media, or like what kind of things were you implementing in your life to keep going?
At first, we were on Twitch. All the DJs went to Twitch. And that was cool, but I had a very rare opportunity to go work in Houston, which is why I even mentioned it. I lived there for 3 years. In 2020, October of 2020, I moved to Houston because, as we all know, Texas didn't really shut down much.
Yeah.
So there was opportunity to work out there. I had a deal already in the works to go to Houston and open up this venue that was cool. It was a venue that started in Arizona. They came to Chicago, and then they opened in Dallas, and their next one was going to be Houston. So even prior to COVID, we were in the talks of this happening, and it just so happened that they actually opened their doors October 2020.
Oh shit.
So like, it was a perfect opportunity. It felt like fate. I felt like I had to go. There was nothing else going on. There was nothing holding me here. I'm like, all right, I'll go to Houston.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. You got the call right on time, man. What did you end up doing with that venue?
We burned it down to the ground.
Like in a literal sense?
I wish, actually. But no, we it was me and my boy Dolo, who I DJ'd closely with. I hosted this internet show with. We worked together a lot. So we went over there to be the entertainment directors of this venue and DJ there, and it was great for a while. It was great. I mean, Houston is one of the only places open to party, so everyone's going there to party.
Hell yeah!
So it was really dope. And then it sort of plateaued, and then people sort of woke up from the days that they were in. You know, they took their masks off of their eyes, and they were like, "Oh, why are we in Houston? This is crazy." Like, Houston, what? Houston? Are you kidding me? And that's when it really just started to go down. So it like shot up. It was amazing. It was awesome. And then it kind of plateaued off, and then it just dropped straight back down. And I could feel that happening. I mean, when you're DJing in these rooms, there's nobody that feels it more than the DJ. Like, that is our job, is to feel the room and the energy and decide whether it needs something or whether we want to take it somewhere or whatever. Like, we are reading the room, we are feeling the room, and I can instantly feel when it's no longer popping.
Yeah.
And I got out of there as quick as I could.
Oh, shit, man. No, that's cool, man. So you, I feel like that happens a lot to, like, nightclubs, not just necessarily in Houston, but, like, it's kind of hard opening up, like, a new spot. Most of them tend to, you know, do good for, like, the beginning, and then, you know, would you ever open up?
Go ahead.
Oh, my question was going to be, would you ever want to open up, like, your own thing here in Chicago or, like, anywhere else?
I would love to. I'm really in no rush because, like we said, right now nightlife is in a lull. So, you know, I mean, there's two arguments to be made. You buy low, right? When a stock crashes, that's when you want to buy it, when it's at the bottom, and then you hopefully will be along for the ride when it rises back up. So that is a thing also. But then it's also way more risky to be opening a nightlife venue when nightlife is in a lull. So I'm, like, really in no rush. I mean, I kind of just live my life like that anyways. I'm very slow motion. I'm 100% tortoise over the hare. Slow and steady wins the race.
For sure.
So, but now, like, with that in mind, thinking like, all right, maybe, you know, in a couple of years down the line, I'd love to be a part of a venue and have real input and put all of this knowledge that I've been gaining over the last 17 years to good use. Being in these rooms, being up till 5 a.m., being out every night of the week. Like, you know, you can either let that waste away and drown it in tequila, or you can like really put it to use and make something of it. So I definitely am thinking in that direction for sure. Yeah, as I'm DJing more now, I'm trying to be more conscious of, you know, other roles in the club. What makes a good GM? What makes a good host? What makes a good bartender? Like, all these things I'm like, I've always sort of looked at, but now I'm really taking it in.
It's interesting that you say that, because not a lot of people pay attention to that. Like, a good general manager to a club will make everybody feel, you know, even more hyped up. A good host, they'll welcome everybody in, and they'll be, like, more inclined to go into your club. You know what I mean? A good bartender is going to have everybody nice and, you know, served.
Lubed up.
You know? But yeah, man, nobody really thinks about that kind of stuff, bro. And it's interesting to, like, see how other people, you know, perceive that kind of stuff, since you're kind of looking at, I mean, I don't know, I've never been on a DJ, but I've been on stage before, and you're kind of, like, looking at the entire, like, place, you know what I mean? Not just as a concert goer, you're kind of just focusing on the stage, but as, like, somebody performing, you're kind of, like, glancing a little bit at everything. That's kind of interesting. Yeah,
you got the best view usually of the room, unless the place didn't know what they were doing when they built the booth and they put you in, like, a closet in the corner or something, and that does happen.
Yeah. You've ever played any of those, like, closet in the corner, like, gigs?
I have played literally in a closet that didn't even have a window to see the people that I was DJing for, because the venue didn't have the proper license to be
What
able to
the
have a
hell?
DJ. So they had to hide the DJ in case anyone came in,
That's
but they still wanted a
insane.
DJ.
That's
So I
nuts,
was
man.
literally looking at like a security camera. They set the DJ booth up in the office,
What the fuck?
so you could see the security camera, and you're just DJing for yourself. It was like the first iteration of a Twitch stream.
I was
for me
gonna
or
say
something.
that's like similar of like a live stream,
Yeah,
like you know,
it was crazy.
you just know that there's people out there listening, but you can't
Yeah.
really see them or nothing. I guess that really like I guess that really affects like the energy, you know, when you have like DJing. Like, what's something that you like difference between DJing on Twitch without a crowd that you automatically notice when you DJ in front of a crowd?
It's just really hard to feed off of the crowd, which is a lot of the fun of doing it. You know, you do something and you get a certain reaction from people, and then you go, oh, okay, this is what you guys like. I see what you like. All right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
As opposed to like a Twitch stream, you're kind of like, I hope you like this. This is off my better judgment or whatever.
Yeah. Although I have, you know, at first Twitch was like, oh my God, this sucks. This is terrible. This is horrible. There's no crowd. I have no one to feed off of. But then as you do it more and your numbers go up a little bit, your chat gets kind of lit. And if your chat's getting lit, obviously that's
like,
the crowd,
okay,
you know? So that you do get some of that feedback from Twitch. It's just different. You gotta, you gotta get through the uncomfort, and then you can get some of that.
Yeah, no, dude, it's definitely a different atmosphere for sure, man. So talk to me about like the 5 minutes before you go on stage. I know every artist has a different way of getting ready to perform. What would you be doing the 5 minutes before going on stage?
I mean, best case scenario is that I'm hanging in the DJ booth and I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
The DJ who's on before me is dope.
Yeah.
And I'm inspired. And I want to, now I got to do better than him. Now I got to get up there and crush it. And it's not like another day at the office. Here we go. I'm in you know, muscle memory mode where I'm just playing the songs I know work, and I'm just getting through it, and it's like, whatever. I'm actually up there like, oh shit, my boy's crushing.
Hell
Now
yeah.
I gotta come crush. I mean, that's if someone's on before me. If I'm opening up, I don't know. I mean, I've had a residency for the last year right now,
Oh yeah.
so it's pretty standard. I try and go to the gym before my set. I try and get as high as I possibly can. I try and rev my anxiety up to through the roof. I want to have basically a panic attack on the Stairmaster.
Oh shit.
Sweat that out. I want to get through that on the Stairmaster. I want to be done and just feel empty. I want to feel like there's nothing left inside of me because I just sweat it all out. I ran through every terrible scenario that could ever happen in my mind while I was working out, and then I get off and I'm done, and I realize that all those scenarios are not real and they're just fake. And now that we've done it and got them out of our mind, I can go move on to work and DJing and have a clear mind, and I can get really high again and not have that panic attack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, dude. For sure, man. Get high as possible before the show, during the show, and maybe after the show.
Yeah.
No, I feel that for sure, man. How? What do you do after your show? How do you decompress?
I play Rocket League.
You play Rocket League.
I go home. I put my blue light blocking glasses on because you shouldn't be looking at a screen before bed. And I fire up Rocket League. Maybe even some more weed.
Hell yeah. So, no, dude, I'm a pothead myself, bro. Like I enjoy a good joint all the time. Do you are you a drinker at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. You enjoy a little beverage every once in a while.
I enjoy a little beverage. Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Speaking of like nightlife and beverages, I know a lot of people, they assume like DJs just like constantly party 24/7, and they're like, you know, up all night and up all day doing whatever, drugs and shit. How is that like an actual like common thing in like the DJ world, or is that just like mispreconceptions of people?
Absolutely, that is very common. And I would even venture to say most DJs go through that phase. I definitely went through that phase, like the party boy phase. I'm out, you know, I'm gaining a little bit of traction. My brand is kind of taking off. People know who I am. People like my DJ sets. I personally had a brand that was geared way more towards partying than it was like music as a DJ, you know? Because you know, you think DJ and you're like, oh, this guy is a music guy.
Right.
But I was a party guy. Because like you said, you think DJ and you think
just
party.
assume, yeah.
So like there's two ways to go with it. Some people are super music based, music nerds, really, and they're nerds. They don't really party. So it's like in nightlife, especially, most popular nightlife spots are looking for the party guy more so than the music nerd.
Right.
And I sort of saw that early on, and I was like, yeah, I can DJ well. I'm a good DJ. And no one really gives a shit. In the rooms that I was playing in, the rooms that I was trying to get into, the top clubs in the city, Underground, Parliament, the Mid, Studio Paris, all these places were like booking Brody Jenner to DJ there.
Yeah.
Who's he came off of The Hills or whatever. He's a reality star. He's not a music guy. He just has clout and a name and is attractive to the average person. So my brain went like, get more like Brody Jenner. Like, don't go home and listen to music. What? No one gives a shit about the music. They want to hear the same 7 songs. They want to hear Big Sean Ass. They want to hear No Hands.
Yeah.
They want to hear Nicki Minaj, Starships. They want to hear Icona Pop, I Love It. It doesn't matter. You could play the coolest version of those songs, or you could play those original ass songs. That's what people want to hear. So my brain went like, yo, go party mode. Like, go be the life of the party. Be fun. Put girls on your shoulders. Do this, do that. Like, so I personally went through my party boy phase for sure. And I think a lot of DJs do. And then most burn out. You realize it's not really sustainable, especially if you want to like continue life itself outside of a nightclub. If you want to have a wife and a family and like grow as a human, you can't just be the drunk fat dude that's got girls on his shoulders every night of the week.
Hell yeah.
It gets a little dark.
Yeah. Was there like a specific instance that you were like, oh shit, like maybe I should not be this party boy type so much anymore?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely in Houston, when I went to Houston, it felt like a time machine, kind of. It felt like it showed me the direction that I was heading in had I continued just the party boy materialistic thing. I saw a lot of people that would come out to the club often who I would look at in fear that I would become that person. Like there was this dude who was probably 45 to 50 years old who would walk in the club all coked up and drunk and like had 19-year-old girls with him, and like just it was just like I was like, yo, that could be me. Like the direction I'm heading, that could be me, and that's not what I want. And I had those moments a lot in Houston. And you know, I say Houston, but I'm not saying that it was only Houston. I probably could have been anywhere, and I would have had those realizations. as well, you know?
Yeah. Is there what piece of advice would you give to like a young DJ that's going through that like party mode stage that's like, you know what I mean, just wasting his life away, just doing, you know, whatever,
I
drugs
mean,
or whatever.
everyone's different, so like, you know, I would say ride it till the wheels fall off. But like, don't, if the wheels are already off and you're still really trying to ride it, then reevaluate. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit could get dark quick. But like, also everyone has their own journey. I can't be like, yo, you need to stop doing that. That's gonna be bad for you. I don't know. Maybe someone could do it for 20 more years than I could, and they'll find some success in it. I really have no idea. But for me personally, I know that I just hit a point where I was not enjoying DJing. I was not enjoying the things I was doing after DJing. I was just not, I felt stuck. I felt plateaued. I felt like I wasn't making any headway. Although I was making probably the most money I was making at the time. So sometimes that even clouds your judgment. You're like, what I'm doing must be good because it's financially
paying
viable.
my bills with it or whatever. Yeah.
So like that I needed to take a look at, and just everything.
Yeah. I feel like that's a very common thing that most musicians and people, entertainers in the nightlife, you know, in general, go through a little party phase or whatever. And definitely it's important to realize like when you can't go any further, like you said, if the wheels are already off, it's time to go to a mechanic or something, man. No. Speaking of entertainers and musicians and DJs, would you consider yourself more of an entertainer, more of a musician, more of a would you consider being just DJ its own like category? What do you consider yourself?
Recently, and this goes along with the whole disconnect and White Shadow coming into my life and like really opening my eyes for me. Recently, I've started to look at myself as an artist, and I've started to make music again, and I've started to approach DJing as a music nerd now rather than a party boy.
Okay.
And I'm a good time. I'll be honest with you. I'm a good time in the DJ booth. I like to have fun, so it's not like I completely switched. Not like I've sworn off partying. You know what I'm saying? But it's not my main focus.
I feel that. Yeah.
It's not what I'm building. It's not the foundation I'm building on. Now the foundation I'm building on is actually the music and my selections, and like you're getting a piece of me when you come see me DJ. You're not getting the same 7 songs over and over and over again because I don't care about that. I care about that now. I have sworn off playing A-Ladies. It's been 363 days since I've played A-Ladies.
Oh, yeah.
That's a wrong count. It's already been over a year. It's been 393 days since I've played A-Ladies.
Nice.
Because I came to that realization of like I'm just collecting a check. I'm just a slave to these people. Like I'm not feeding my soul. I'm not giving anything to this world by just being good at playing the same songs over and over. I want to be good at playing music and like blow your mind. I want you to hear something and be like, what the fuck is this? Like, where am I? How did I get here? Who's DJing right now? You know what I'm saying? And for the last year, I've been working at Celeste, and me and Heavy have gone in there, and I mean, we have completely changed what's going on in that room, and it has, like I said, opened my eyes to a whole new world of what I'm even possible, what I'm capable of doing.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. What do you say to the people that are like, oh, DJs aren't real musicians, like they're just pressing buttons and stuff like that? Like, do you have any...
I would say you're right until you're wrong. You know, DJing is such a low barrier of entry, like I said earlier, and it's pretty easy to do if you're playing the same songs the same 7 songs in the right room, you're the best DJ in the world. These people are loving it. They're eating it up. That's all they want to hear is the songs they know, that they know the words to, that they can get excited for, that anybody can just press play on and they'll love it. Those people exist. They are not up there doing anything. You're not creating in the moment and making mixes and making mistakes that turn into things that you go on to do for years and years and years every night because you discovered it while you're live performing in front of people. Like, there's more non-musician button pusher DJs than there aren't, which is, I've come to realize, like, is a nice place to be.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm not that. So, like, it's easy to, it was scary at first to, like, get away from that, to leave these normal, regular, schmegular, open format clubs. Like, open format is a term in DJing that represents, originally, in its birth, in its conception, it represents no barriers. You can play any genre, open format, any format. And that's kind of what, like, every nightclub DJ is still now. And, like, most just general nightclubs are open format rooms where that's just a word to describe them, where in its conception, like I said, meant anything. Open format is no barriers. No boundaries. But it's gone on for so long now, and that term really just means top 40, but also leaning towards more of whatever's hot. So open format in 2016 was like 70% hip hop, 30% EDM or house music. Now house music is way hotter than hip hop. So now open format means 70% EDM or house music, 30% hip hop.
Okay.
So it's really just that. It's really just playing the hits in those two genres. Like, that's what it's become. So, leaving open format and going to Celeste last year and going into these rooms where it's one genre and you have to play the genre well and you have to be dope enough to play. I mean, we play from 9 p.m. till 5 a.m. on Saturday.
Yeah.
We're playing for 8 hours.
Shit.
One genre. Sounds boring as fuck. You know, you talk to someone and you're like, would you rather go over to this place that's playing open format, all these genres, or would you rather go over here where they're just playing one thing? It sounds boring, but it's actually way fucking better.
Yeah.
Because you're getting a room full of people that are looking exactly for that. They know what they want. They want to hear dance music. They want to hear house music. They want to dance. It's a music that evokes fun. It evokes movement. That's not what you're getting in an open format club. I don't even know how I got onto this rant, but, like, put me back on track if you need. I think it had something to do with, like the button pusher, non-musician DJ.
Yeah.
But that's what you're getting a lot of in
The
open format room, because it's easy. It is easy. It's easy. It's based off of playing the right songs for this group of people. This other shit is based off of having a deep collection of music and selecting the perfect track at the right time to be able to ever so gently bring someone into your world and show them this track smooth enough to where, you can get out of the September by Earth, Wind & Fire house remix and bring them over to this groovy disco house thing that nobody knows, but they're dancing, they're just having a good time. It's not really about, they don't need to know the song as long as you don't fuck it up enough for their dance to just keep going. You know what I mean?
No, that makes sense, dude. I relate that a lot to like in rock music, you have like the original bands that do their genre of music, and you have shows accordingly. Or you can go to like the cover band show where they're gonna play the songs that and you like, and it's like, yeah, but they're just learning other people's songs as compared to like, all right, they actually put in time into their craft and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not just like button pushers, I guess, man.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's an interesting thought, man. I come across a lot of people that are just like fucking haters, and they're like, yeah, DJs are this and that, and just, nah, man. Like there has to be some sort of musical understanding to be like a good DJ at least. You know what I mean? Like
For sure.
like you said, anybody can come in and press a button, but to actually like stick to your genre and make a room full of people just vibe off your energy, that takes like actual skill, I believe. Are there any songs that you just refuse to like play like on
ladies.
your set?
Hey ladies.
Hey ladies.
I've waged war on A Ladies by Travis Porter. I don't know if I'll ever be able to play that song again.
Yeah, we banned that song. Any other song that you're just like, nope, I'm not playing this?
Right now, no. I mean, I just as a human, I don't know what my parents did to me, but just the way that my brain works is if somebody tells me to do something, I do not want to do it.
I feel that.
So with the influx of Bad Bunny requests, it has created a burning passion inside of me to like be the anti-Bad Bunny guy. Like, I'll tell you to go fuck yourself. I don't care about Bad Bunny. His music, he's obviously the biggest artist in the world and makes great music. But I don't love it enough to
put it on your set.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I do play Bad Bunny. But it's the people coming up constantly and asking me for it that makes me be like, fuck that guy. I'll never play his shit.
I blame the Super Bowl for that, man.
It was long before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This has been going on for years, bro.
Oh, shit.
It's actually better now. It was way worse. What is it, 2026? Like 23 to 26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, man, I remember I wasn't like a huge Bad Bunny like fan back in the day, but like recently, and I guess I'll be guilty of one of those people that became a fan after the Super Bowl. I was like, oh yeah, Bad Bunny, but I bet you when they ask for like Bad Bunny music, it's like the same like 3 or 4 songs or something like that.
It's usually just Bad Bunny. Like you can quench their thirst with any Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but also it's just like if I was planning on playing a Bad Bunny song in 10 minutes from now and you just came up and requested it, now I don't even want to play it because now you're going to think you did that.
Yeah.
I don't want to give you the satisfaction of thinking that you had anything to do with that when I was going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
Now I don't even want to do it.
I hate when that happens, man. Like you're about to like do, and I relate that to everything, right? Like asking me to do anything that I'm already about to do, I'm gone, bro. No, I don't know if that's like a childhood thing or just like trying to be rebellious thing, but like I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
Don't tell me what to do, man.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, have you ever had like any bad sets?
Oh,
how do you
night
deal
of
with
my
that?
life. I don't
believe that.
I don't like most of my sets. There's sometimes I come home and I give my wife a kiss and she wakes up a little bit and she says, "How's your night?" And I'll be like, "It was amazing. It was incredible. Tonight was like just different. People were out to have fun and we had fun for hours on end." But most of the time I'll fuck up and I can't get that fuck up out of my mind.
Oh, damn.
I can't get past it. I'm like, it's the only thing I can think about. We could have had fun for 4 hours, but there was a 30-minute
that one little
stint that started with a fuck up, and then I wasn't able to move past it, and that my mind not being focused enough on the task at hand and still thinking about the past is now making me fuck up the current, and it's a revolving door. And it's a tough whirlwind to get out of. But yeah, I mean, I personally, yes. I think I have bad sets often. But the good thing is I've been doing it for so long and I'm pretty good at what I do. even my bad set is better than some mediocre guy's best set. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that, dude. Yeah. No, you've been doing it long enough where it's just like, all right, I may have done this mistake, but I've turned it into, something that sounds fucking amazing. Stuff. Yeah. No, that's fucking dope, man. I like asking creatives that come on this show. Are creatives able to, like, do you believe that a creative is able to date a non-creative? Like, I don't know if, like, your wife is also a creative person or whatever, because a lot of the times when I get that, when I ask people that question, they're like, yeah, no, it's hard to date a non-creative or non-music or non-whatever, just because the lives are so different from, like, a regular, like, 9 to 5-ish person to, like, okay, I'm out every weekend at nighttime going to this, like, club DJing or whatever. Like, do you have that same opinion, or what's your opinion about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, what makes someone a creative? Are you labeled a creative if that is what you do for a living, or could you be a creative that is unfortunately stuck in a 9 to 5 and creates outside of their 9 to 5 until the ability comes to not be in it anymore?
I believe that you can be a creative, but also be unfortunate to be stuck in your 9 to 5. You know what I mean? But there's also people that aren't creative that date creative people, or people that are into the nightlife, or musicians or artists or whatever. And it's like it's hard to balance, like, everyone's schedule.
Yeah.
Is that something you come across?
Yeah. Like, my wife is not a creative per se, although she is an insanely creative person, and I lean on her all the time to help me create. So, like, there's that. But if you're just talking about the fact of, like, having a 9 to 5 and then not, she works from home, so that helps immensely. If she had to leave every day and go somewhere, and then by the time she got home, I only got to spend a couple of hours with her, and then I had to go to work all night, and we had to do that 5 days a week, that would suck.
Yeah, right.
And I don't know how well that would work. But she works from home, so it's, I'm playing Rocket League right next to her while she's drafting up emails, and we're getting that time together, so it works.
So maybe there are exceptions, I guess. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Kind of got a good deal going on. Has there ever been, like, a, not even just like a dating relationship, but just like a relationship in general that maybe, like, your career got in the way of, that you could no longer, or either talk to this person, or maybe, like, not as much because of your career, maybe somebody disapproved of it or something?
Yeah, I mean, when I moved to Houston, I was dating a girl, and I decided to just leave and move to Houston. And at the time, obviously, I was like, no, it's not a big deal. I'll be back, every month. I'll come home every 2 weeks, whatever it is. You, like, justify it in your head. And to me, I was like, this is my job, this is my career, this is work, this is the most important thing in the world. Nobody in this world will ever stop me from accomplishing what I'm trying to accomplish. That was the mindset there. And obviously the relationship did not work out. I was pretty hurt by it, for sure, and I know, and the most of the hurt came from knowing that it was my fault. I left and followed my dreams of being a full-time DJ, and that definitely made me realize that if I were to ever be in that scenario again, where I had to choose between a woman that I think that I love and my career that I know that I love, I might have to choose the woman because knowing what I know now, that piece of me filling that void and accepting somebody into my life has propelled my career, has driven me further, has made me grow as a person, has made my career grow. I didn't understand that before. Now I understand that.
That makes sense, because like the right person is gonna like not encourage you to get away from your career, but they'll be like, all right, more understanding and more like, this is what I'm willing to put up with. You go do your thing, and I'm not gonna, get in the middle of it.
I also realized that because I left for Houston. I left this girl. It didn't work out. Blah blah blah. Whatever. 2 years later, 3 years later, now I don't even want to DJ anymore. I've hit rock bottom. I've pushed everything and everyone away from me because I'll never let anybody get in the way of my dreams, without realizing that just because you choose somebody, just because you put somebody in front of your career, doesn't mean that your career goes to the back. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that it automatically just disappears. Like there's a balance.
Right.
You can't put all your eggs into this one basket. I was missing that. I didn't understand that because then when I didn't want to DJ anymore, when I was like, yo, what am I even doing? I have nothing. I'm just lonely. I'm sad all the time. I don't even want to go to work. What's that worth?
No, that makes sense. Yeah, man. Like you could have like, and I come across a lot of people too that say like, oh, I'm on top of my career or whatever, but like it's so like I'm lonely because I pushed away, like you just said, I pushed away all the people that, were close to me because I wanted to accomplish this one goal, which, I guess some people could argue that that's, not necessarily a terrible thing, but at the same time, it's like, well, now you're lonely or whatever. Were there any like other instances that you felt lonely as a DJ? Or is that not even a thing? You're just like, there's too many people around me.
No, I mean, you go, in the moment when you're actually doing the thing, DJing, and you're surrounded by people. I don't know that I have ever felt the loneliness that I've experienced before, but you can definitely be in that DJ booth and just fucking trying to get through it so that you could get home and like decompress or meditate or do whatever the fuck you got to do to get your mental right, because there's a lot of time you don't get to call off. Like
right.
you gotta show up and DJ no matter what. If your mom dies, if you need your bills paid, you gotta show up and get your check. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta get through that however you can. You're there to make other people happy, but you're not happy at all. Your mom just died. Like, what? How do you do that?
No, that's pretty tricky. That reminds me of the sad clown story. Have you ever heard that sad clown story?
I don't know that I've heard the actual story, but I know like the Hispanic sad clown like girl face thing tattoo that everyone has.
Yeah, I think so. There was this one story. So this one guy, he goes to his therapist and he's all like, yeah, Mr. Therapist, I'm so depressed. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, nothing makes me happy. Like, I can't be happy. Therapist prescribes him a bunch of shit. He tells him to go do this and that. Comes back the next week. He's all like, nah, I'm still kind of sad, bro. Like, I can't, I'm sad. I'm depressed. Like, whatever. Therapist says, I got just the thing for you. There's this clown. I've told everybody to go see this clown, and when they come back, they're always happy. He cures their depression. And the guy's all like, nah, I can't do that, Mr. Therapist. Therapist is all like, why not? He's all like, because that's me. Like, I'm the clown that everybody comes to see. And I feel like that's a lot of something in common that musicians have in general, performers.
Yeah, for sure.
That's insane, man.
You got to be able to put that aside for 4 hours or whatever it is and do your job.
Yeah.
That's when it does get sad and like feel like a job, and you feel like just like a prop or something, you feel just like an act, like a gesture.
Yeah. Were your parents supportive when you told them like, hey, I want to DJ for a living?
Yeah.
I know a lot of.
I got a Jewish mom. My mom has always been like, whatever you want. She let me put drums in the dining room that then moved into my room that was next to her room, and she napped a lot. Like, she didn't give a fuck. She let me have a whole studio in my room. My brother moved out. She let me take over his room to be my studio. Like, always, since day one. And my dad bought the drums. My dad always have been supportive of me.
Oh yeah, that's cool, man. No, I come across a lot of people that say the opposite. They're like, yeah, when I was coming up, my parents wanted me to be this or that, or doctor or lawyer. But no, it's always cool to know, like, some people are proud of their kids and whatnot. It's pretty cool, man. So how important is mental health to, like, the nightlife? Like, do you ever come across a lot of people with, like, not so good mental health? Is that, like, common?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, most of nightlife is an escape, and some people are trying to escape. Some people are trying to get too far away, and they're in there every single night, even maybe till the lights come on, because that's the only place they can go to escape whatever it is that's driving them away in their real life.
Yeah, no, it's kind of sad to think about sometimes, man. Like, some people just don't know when to, like, stop. But I feel like, because I've had some issues too, where I'm just like, partying all day, partying all night, and it's like it takes a toll on you. Is there any advice that you would give to, like, people that are in that sort of situation, like just partying every night?
Yeah, I mean, you have to find the escape in a healthy way. Like, I came to this realization in Houston, actually. Most of my realizations were in Houston. And I was just I was alone. I was the most lonely and alone I've ever been. I left all of my friends that are legitimately family to me. My boys that I've been boys with since before high school are still, to this day, my boys that I hang out with. And I left all them. I left my parents. I left my brother. I'm alone as fuck in Houston, so I had a lot of time to think. And I really felt like getting drunk, going out and getting drunk, specifically drinking alcohol, brought me to a place where you sort of are quieting the voice in your head. And I also realized that you can do that through, like, meditation and just acceptance, just literally just sitting there and, like, let the voice talk, let it go, just don't dwell on anything it says. It's in there, just let it happen. Like, it's fine, it doesn't matter, it doesn't mean anything. It's just this, like, weird thing that happens in our head. I don't know why. It's terrible, but it's there, and it's what it is. And I think that's why most people drink. And I would tell them that, like, you can achieve what you're achieving through alcohol without it in a healthy way.
Yeah.
And I would almost even say, like, you shouldn't be drinking to get to that place unless you know how to get to that place without it. Drinking's like a shortcut. If you don't know the actual path to get there, you shouldn't be able to just teleport there.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense. People usually do substances to, like, drown whatever, like you said, whatever voices are in their head and stuff. That's pretty crazy. Let's see, ready. So we're coming to, like, the end of our interview here, man.
How am I doing?
Oh, you're fucking doing amazing. Yeah, no, you're doing good, brother. So I do have a couple of rapid fire questions that I've wanted to ask you before we end our show right here.
All right, hit me.
Let's see. So, what's the worst request you've ever gotten? Bad Bunny, like, or the Hey Ladies. Well, I guess we kind of covered this one a little bit. After party or go straight home?
Go straight home. Even in my party boy era, I was never an after party guy.
Yeah.
I've never done cocaine. Cocaine scares the living shit out of me. It really does. When I see, especially people that I know and love that get all coked up, it just makes them a demon, dog. It just changes their fucking brain. And it terrifies me.
I feel that, dude. You ever you have any like crazy like fan stories that you've ever witnessed?
Crazy fan story.
Or like crazy crowd stories that you've seen from like the DJ booth or anything?
Crazy crowd story. Man, I can't think of one right now. I can't think of one right now. But if I do, I'll bring it up.
All right. If you had to describe your sound with 3 words, what would those 3 words be?
Groovy, sexy, and fun.
Drunk crowd or dead crowd?
Drunk all day. I want you as drunk as possible.
Oh, man.
I want you having the most fun ever.
3 feelings that you want people to feel during your set.
Uncomfort. I want you to feel uncomfort, but not enough to leave. I want you to question what's happening. I want you to be like, what's he doing? And then be like, oh, that's what he's doing. I definitely want a little bit of uncomfort. I want you to feel escape. I want you to feel escape from the real world for sure. Even though I know when we spoke on it a couple moments ago, we spoke on it as if it was a bad thing, because anything overdone can be a bad thing. But if you do it in moderation, you should definitely be able to go and listen to somebody play music and escape your own problems for at least a bit. It should be a retreat. And the last thing would be, I want you to feel horny.
Everybody to go home and fuck afterwards.
Yeah. Like if there's people making out while you're DJing, you're doing it right.
Yeah, hell yeah. So you would describe your sound as sexy as well?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's cool, man. What's one artist that you would want to open for?
Who would I want to open for? Man, I really love DeSofer. Makes some of my favorite like new disco tracks to play, and I'm anybody who I like their music, I want to watch them DJ because I want to see what they're doing, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I want that. I'm like, sometimes I'm torn between like not looking and being a student and like feeling like I'm at school or something, and like actually just being in the crowd and really enjoying what's going on, not giving a fuck what they're doing, but what's coming out of the speakers.
Yeah.
But the DJ in me, I've learned everything I know from watching other DJs DJ. So like, there's a piece of me that wants to just be in the crowd, eyes closed, hands up,
feel the vibes.
But then there's another piece of me that wants to fucking watch and
focus
be like,
on what they're doing.
Well, let me see what you're doing over here.
Yeah, I feel like there's always like that 50-50.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. If you can describe Chicago in one song, what would it be? Which song would you describe Chicago in?
It would be LSD by Juice off of Tip of the Iceberg.
Hell yeah, that's a good song, man.
You know that one?
Yeah.
Banger.
Oh, man.
Banger.
Hell yeah, dude. But yeah, man, those are that's a lot of the questions I had for you. I know you have a couple of shows coming up, man. Would you like to tell the world, the 5 viewers, where you're playing at?
Yeah, every week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Me and my boy DJ Heavy, 2/3 of the Disconnect, are at Celeste, which is on Hubbard Street in River North. It's a 4-story club, and every floor is a different vibe and a different style of music.
Oh,
it's
hell
a
yeah.
really cool place, and it is a dope spot, and it's not like anything else that you're gonna get
And where is it at again?
It's on Hubbard. It's in between LaSalle and Clark, right across from Joy District.
Okay. I gotta
And
check that out, bro.
On Wednesday, we're on the first floor. Thursday, we're on the top floor, which is the garden, which is like a retractable rooftop.
Hell yeah.
All live plants. It's
cool.
really dope up there. And that's all house music on the top floor. First floor is like a mixture of kind of housey, new disco-y, like blog house-ish dance. It's kind of whatever we want, but keeping it dance music for sure.
Okay.
It's all dance music.
Hell yeah.
Top floor Thursday, all house music. And then Friday, Saturday, we are on the third floor, which is a straight up disco, like light up dance floor from wall to wall, end to end.
Can I bring my skates?
You can probably try and get your skates in your backpack or something. If you come early, there's room to skate around, but about an hour in, it's pretty full. You don't got nowhere to skate.
I feel
it's
that.
pretty small. Every room is pretty small, which is great. It's what is needed right now because it's hard to fill a big room.
I was gonna say, do you prefer like the small intimate rooms or like the bigger
Hell yeah.
bigger venues?
No, I want a small room where I can do what I want to do, and if you're not feeling it, you can go to a different floor, and over time the people who are feeling it will be there, and I will have the perfect crowd. I'm accumulating the perfect crowd.
That's pretty cool.
I'm not trying to appease everybody because I need you to stay because this room is so big and I need it to be filled. I'm just doing me, and I'm letting the crowd gather.
That's cool. Yeah, that sounds like a really dope spot. I've heard about it a lot. I've never actually been, but I'm definitely inclined to go in there sometime soon, I guess.
It's tight.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, and then you also had a couple shows in a show in Vegas coming up soon?
Yeah.
Yeah, where and when is that?
I forgot the date. What did I tell you? June something?
You told me, yeah. I have it down right over here. You said you have a show July 8th at Vegas at the Marquee.
Yeah, July 8th for Low Key. It's Wednesday. It's in the side room of Marquee, which we did last year that it said was sold out. It was fucking bananas, bro. The set, I think one half of the set is on YouTube right now. Oh, yeah. If you go to the disco _NECT, the disconnect, you can find the set and watch it. We're going to be back in that room. And also, what else did I say?
And then you had a show May 14th.
Oh, yeah, we're doing a pocket party.
Hell yeah. What's a pocket party?
So my boys, shouts to the No Good Boys.
Hell yeah.
They have started this thing called the Pocket Party, which is a very small, intimate party, just packed. People are jam-packed in there.
Oh, yeah.
They film it and get really good content for social media. And we're doing that party with a couple of special guests. And that I'm very excited for.
Hell yeah. That sounds cool, man. And other than that, where can people find you, like on social media and stuff?
All of my social media is Party with Strategy. I believe my Instagram is Party with Strategy __ because I have gotten about 7 Instagram accounts deleted, and I've had to resort to the multiple underscores. And then you got to check out the Disconnect as well, which is the disco _NECT.
Disconnect. And then what was your podcast called again?
The Party with Strategy podcast.
Hell yeah. And do you how often do you film that?
I film that every Monday. An episode drops every Monday. I'm also filming every Monday. And then I do an extra episode for the Patreon as well. So there's one public episode that drops on Monday, and then every Thursday a Patreon episode comes out.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man. I'll definitely put some little description links in the live stream so people can find you.
Tight.
Now, last thing, if you had a piece of advice to give to any up-and-coming DJ, what would that piece of advice be?
My advice would be to just have fun.
Have fun, hell yeah.
Like, you got to have fun. I went too long not having fun, doing it and not really enjoying it, just going through the motions. And now I'm having so much fun. And like, you really need, don't stress it, don't overthink it, don't get in your own head, don't ruin your own fun. Like, this is the most fun you could have.
Yeah.
So have it all.
Hell yeah, dude. No, definitely 100% agree, man. You have one life, have as much fun as you can, you know, I guess within moderation, but, you know.
Yeah, don't go
dude.
crazy, but get touch it. Don't go all the way.
Just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip. Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, man. I mean, thank you for coming, man. I've had a good time talking to you, picking your brain a little bit, man. It was a good episode, I think.
I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for having me.
No worries, man. And I'll definitely be trying to come up to one of your shows sometime soon, man.
Anytime you want, bro. Let me know. I got you.
Definitely, for sure, dude. And for those of you watching at home, definitely look up Strategy on all social media platforms. Look him up on YouTube. Go watch him at Celeste. He's doing all kinds of things nowadays. And that's the end of our show, guys. This is the Hawkwinds Radio Picture Show. I'm your host, Jay Smooth, and we're here with Strategy. Peace out, y'all.